Hi, welcome back to 5 Minute Mark. Today we'll be recapping the movie The Girl in the Basement, a chilling thriller based on a true story. Watch out, spoilers ahead. Sarah Cody is a determined young woman eager to escape her oppressive father, Don, and start her own life. One night she sneaks out to attend a party with her boyfriend, Chris. Her mother, Irene, knocks on her door wanting to talk, but there's no response. Don arrives and unlocks the door with his keys, only to find an empty room. He immediately realizes Sarah has escaped. The next morning, Don waits outside the house and sees Chris and Sarah kissing. As Sarah tries to sneak in through the back door, Don confronts her. They get into a heated argument, and Don demands she return to her room. Later, Sarah's sister Amy comforts her, telling her to hold on a little longer. She's almost 18 and will soon be free to leave. Excited, Sarah looks forward to moving to Florida with Chris and finally beginning her life. The following morning, Irene leaves for work. Don asks Sarah to help him move boxes into the basement. Once inside, he opens a secret door that Sarah had never seen before. She questions him, and Don explains that the room was a bomb shelter built by the home's previous owners. But before she can react, Don suddenly locks the door, trapping her inside. Sarah screams through a ventilation duct, but Don hears her and muffles the sound by covering the vent with a blanket. Days go by. Irene and Amy are devastated and search desperately for answers, eventually contacting the police. Don fabricates a story that Sarah ran away with a childhood friend named Steve, painting her disappearance as a rebellious choice. Meanwhile, in the basement, Sarah endures horrifying abuse. Don justifies his assault as punishment and discipline. Over time, she gives birth to multiple children, all fathered by Don, who grow up entirely within the basement's cold, windowless walls. Despite the horrors, Sarah does everything she can to protect her children and give them a sense of normalcy. She teaches them to read, write, and imagine a world beyond their prison. Birthdays, holidays, and life milestones are all celebrated underground, with no contact with the outside world. Her eldest daughter, Marie, eventually begins to question Don's authority and reality itself. She suffers from asthma, and the lack of air makes her attacks increasingly dangerous. Sarah struggles to help her without any medical support. Outside, Irene never gives up hope. She continues pushing the police to investigate and even hires private detectives, despite Don's objections. Amy grows suspicious of Don's strange behavior, especially after witnessing him being aggressive with their mother. The cracks in Don's lies begin to show. When Chris visits the house years later looking for Sarah, Don brushes him off with more lies, deepening the mystery of her disappearance. After 17 long years, Sarah is still fighting to escape. During a storm, she uses a spoon to dig at the basement ceiling and manages to flash a light through a sewer pipe, hoping someone will notice. A neighbor sees the light and informs Don, leading to a brutal beating. Still, Sarah refuses to give up. She secretly writes a note and tries to leave it where her mother might find it. When Don discovers the note, he assaults her again, causing a miscarriage. He buries the baby in the yard as if nothing happened. One day, Marie suffers a severe asthma attack. Sarah pleads with Don to take her to a hospital. Initially, he refuses, but he eventually caves under pressure. At the hospital, Sarah manages to subtly alert a nurse about her situation. The authorities are called. Don is arrested on the spot, and police quickly uncover the hidden basement, rescuing Sarah and her children after nearly 2 decades in captivity. Sarah and her children begin a long road to recovery. Though free, they face the massive challenge of adjusting to a world they've never known. Sarah reconnects with Chris, and her children begin to experience life beyond the walls. The film ends with a powerful reminder of survival, resilience, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this recap, leave a like and subscribe for more 5-minute movie breakdowns. I'll see you in the next one.